Hi, friends. Welcome back to the Radiant You podcast, where we embrace self love, renewal, and the journey to our most radiant selves. I'm your host, Lissa Cole, and I am so glad that you're with me today. If you caught last week's conversation with Chelsee Shafer, you'll know exactly why my heart is still so full. Chelsee has this gift for just living her life anchored in faith, in love, and in what she calls her four-quarter crew. That small, rooted group of people who know her, support her, and help her stay grounded. And while I've been sitting with her story, I've also been thinking about something else. How sometimes life gets full. And I don't mean just full like a busy calendar. I mean full like much. Like when life is much, is that season when everything seems to be happening all at once, emotionally, mentally, or logistically. It's more than just a busy schedule. It's the combination of big emotions, big responsibilities, and big changes. Sometimes beautiful, sometimes hard, often both at the same time. It's when your heart feels stretched wide, your mind is running on overdrive, and your capacity is tested in new ways. Sometimes beautiful, sometimes exhausting, sometimes both in the same week. So today I want to talk to you about what it means to stay radiant when life is much, by leaning into the roots that hold us steady. When life is much. I don't know about you, but I have had those seasons where life feels like it's coming at me from all angles, where every role I play, wife, mom, friend, leader, needs something from me, and there's not a lot of extra room for anything else. And here's the thing, the research backs this up. The American Psychological Association found that even positive life changes, like new jobs or new relationships, can spike stress levels because they still require big emotions and mental adjustments. So our body and brain, they don't know the difference between good and bad stress. It just knows stress. So full doesn't always mean bad, but it does mean our capacity is being tested. When life is much, it's not always about something being wrong. Sometimes it's the accumulation of a lot of meaningful things happening all at once. Kids hitting milestones, adult kids reaching some amazing goals, projects moving forward, family members needing extra care, opportunities coming up that are just too good to pass by. But here's the truth. Full seasons can take as much out of us as hard seasons do. And if we're not careful, we can slip into survival mode, letting our spark dim because there's simply no time to tend to it. This is where Chelsee's four-quarter crew comes in. That small, trusted circle is not just a nice thing to have. It truly is a lifeline. Research from the Harvard study of adult development, which is the longest running study of human happiness, found that strong, close relationships are the single biggest predictor of both happiness and health over a long time. Not money, not status, relationships. Think about it. In a jar of 100 pennies, You can't possibly know the value of each one. And a lot of them are just passing through. But 4/4, you know them. You can count on them. They can hold more weight than 100 scattered connections. In my own life, my version of the 4/4 crew isn't huge, but they are steady. They've been there in moments of celebration and in moments where I wasn't sure I had anything left to give. They don't need a polished version of me. They just need me. And that's the beauty of a rooted circle. They help you stay radiant when life is much, because they remind you who you are, even when you feel stretched thin. Let's talk now just a little bit about some practical ways to stay radiant in full seasons. So if you're in that season of much or a full season right now, here are a few ways to protect your glow. Identify your 4/4. Who are the few? Who are the few people who you can call at 2 a.m.? Sometimes in therapy we call them the 1 a.m. people or the 5 a.m. people that you would call. Who celebrates your wins and sits with you in your losses? If you don't have them yet, start investing slowly. Deep roots, they do take time. 2, simplify the extras. In full seasons, not everything gets your A game, and that's okay. Let some things be good enough. Psychologist Dr. Kristen Neff, I've spoken of her before, reminds us that self-compassion isn't about lowering standards. It's about refusing to let perfectionism rob us of our joy. Number 3, let your faith be your strongest part. Like Chelsee said, when faith is at the core, it holds you steady. When the rest feels wobbly, faith and spirituality are consistently linked with greater resilience in times of stress. Number 4, schedule rest like it's a meeting you can't miss. Even if it's only 10 minutes with a cup of tea and no phone. Small pockets of stillness matter. Neuroscience tells us that short, intentional breaks restore focus and energy far more than pushing through. Anchor in your way is number 5. Full seasons can make us lose sight of purpose. Ask yourself, why am I doing this? The answer will help you keep going with intention instead of burnout. I want to leave you with a reflection prompt you can journal about or just sit with on your next quiet moment. Here we go. Who are my 4/4, and how am I letting them in right now? And just as important, whose quarter am I? Let me repeat those. Who are my 4/4, and how am I letting them in right now? And just as important, whose quarter am I? Because this isn't just about who's holding you. It's also about who you're holding. Friends, full seasons will come. Seasons of much will come. and they can be overwhelming, good and not so good. But when we are rooted in faith, in community, and in intentional care for ourselves, we can move forward through them with radiance intact. If Chelsea's story inspired you last week, let this be your reminder to check in with your circle, to protect your energy, and to keep showing up. Not because you have to do it all, but because you're anchored in what matters most. Don't forget to subscribe and share with a friend. Thank you so much for being here and for choosing to nurture your light. This is a short one today. There are many things that are going on right now in my life. They are so good, and I can't wait to tell you all about them. But I'm excited, and I am so grateful for you. Remember, radiance is a journey, and simply showing up means you're already on the right path. The path of embracing, celebrating, and shining as your beautiful, radiant self. Until next time, shine your light and be the radiant you.